If long-running shonen anime are known for anything, it's that their characters go from humble weaklings with a heart of gold only to end up with the most overpowered abilities you can imagine. Seriously, Goku and Vegeta have been competing for the whole run of Dragon Ball Super over which of them can be the better god, essentially. Well, Naruto is no exception to this trend. The series has so many over-the-top abilities that it's difficult just to mention the top 10. Creation Rebirth. The medical ninja aren't commonly recognized as the most powerful shinobi due to the nature of how they use their techniques. I kind of feel like Tsunade took this personally because she devised the ultimate medical ninja technique with Creation Rebirth. Utilizing this ability, Tsunade can release a huge amount of chakra, jump-starting her body's cell division into overdrive. The technique essentially allows the user to regenerate from any injury mere seconds after it occurred. They may refer to it as the ultimate regeneration technique, but I like to think of it as the Wolverine Jutsu. The only drawback to it is that since the body's cells can only split a limited number of times, using this technique shortens the user's natural lifespan. There had to be some drawback from using it, otherwise no one would ever let it go. Who wouldn't want to automatically heal from everything all of the time? A little bit of everything all of the time. Bo Burnham. The Flying Thunder God. It's kind of a shame that the sequel to Naruto Shippuden followed the series up with Boruto, instead of a prequel that would have shown us the full glory of Minato Namikaze, Naruto's father and the fourth Hokage. Konoha's Yellow Flash was the creator of the Rasengan, the teacher of Kakashi, and by all accounts the coolest guy to ever walk through the village hidden in the leaves. His most impressive feat, and the one that earned him the Yellow Flash nickname, was the Flying Thunder God technique. This space-time ninjutsu allowed Minato to teleport to any place he has targeted at will. This made him appear like he was the fastest shinobi to ever live. With this technique, he was able to overwhelm his enemies before they had a chance to even understand what had happened to them. 8 gates. For anyone who ever wanted Naruto's combat to be more like Dragon Ball Z, you have the 8 gates technique, which turned any battle into a screaming display of power and fists that move so quickly that only a trained eye can see. In every shinobi's body, there are 8 gates that limit the flow of chakra so as to not utterly destroy one's body. Opening these gates allows for an incredible increase in power. Rock Lee showed that off by blasting through Gaara's seemingly impregnable defenses. It's crazy to think that was on a weak side of this technique's potential. Rock Lee's mentor, Might Guy, was able to open all 8 gates, granting him godly levels of power. He was nearly able to slay Madara Uchiha with his Night Guy technique, a kick so unimaginably powerful that it bends space itself. This thing is so fast and powerful that it breaks the laws of physics in the Naruto universe. Sealing Jutsu. Sealing Jutsu allows a shinobi to seal objects, living beings, or chakra inside of another object. This can be somewhat simple or incredibly powerful, like sealing an entire tailed beast into a Jinchuriki. Often, it's a last-ditch effort when all other hope is lost. As impressive as that is, the dead demon-consuming seal is a way of cutting out the actual fighting part of a battle to get right to the grisly end. This ability summons a Shinigami and seals the target's soul into it. If you want to slay someone, there's really no better way than delivering them into a Shinigami directly. Who needs a middleman? Summoning Jutsu. There is absolutely no way in Naruto to throw a curveball quite like a summoning jutsu. This is a pretty simple jutsu that would allow a ninja to summon a target to their location at will. In order to summon animals or supernatural beings, a contract must be made between the summoner and that which they would summon. For Naruto and Jiraiya, that was in a scroll that allowed them to summon the giant toads with incredible power. As surprising and powerful that is, it pales in comparison to the summoning technique, Impure World Reincarnation. This is a way of summoning deceased warriors back to life to be controlled by the summoner. Instead of using a willing contract, the summoner must use the deceased DNA to bind to a living host. Controlling some of the greatest warriors to ever walk the planet allowed for Kabuto and the Akatsuki to take on the entire shinobi world. Wood release. Few shinobi reached the notoriety as the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju, did. Not only was he the founder of the Konoha and the arch-rival of Madara Uchiha, but he also possessed an incredible mastery over all the 5 nature transformations with an emphasis in wood release. While this doesn't sound all that impressive, Hashirama's expertise in wood release earned him the title God of Shinobi. He was able to completely reshape landscapes with massive constructions of wood at his command. These seem to be as versatile as his imagination allowed. He was able to create wood clones of himself, create structures powerful enough to withstand the attacks of a massive tailed beast, and even form a construct capable of dueling with Madara's Susanoo. His most powerful technique with wood release had to do with the tailed beasts. By making contact with the tailed beast, he was able to put the demon to sleep or even control them. It was this that made Hashirama's genes one of Madara and Orochimaru's most sought-after possessions. Sharingan. There is no ability out there that Shinobi are more jealous of than the Sharingan. I mean, Orochimaru spends a good portion of his life trying to get an Uchiha host body to take over just so he can get one. It's one of the most coveted dojutsu out there, and it's not hard to see why. In its basic form, the Sharingan allows the user to see chakra itself. The enhanced visual abilities of the basic form allow the user to do simple things such as lip reading with complete clarity, or more complex things like copying a stranger's jutsu with the perfect form. By experiencing the trauma of loss, a Sharingan can attain this ultimate stage, that of the Majiko Sharingan. While this is the most versatile form of Sharingan, its most powerful ability for any user who possesses it in both eyes is the perfect Susanoo. This is a giant set of armor created from chakra and capable of delivering incredible amounts of damage, such as with Sasuke's Indra's arrow technique. With potential power that great, no wonder everyone wants a Sharingan. Rinnegan. The Rinnegan isn't so much of a powerful dojutsu as it is the taste of the powers of a god. Those who wield it are said to be the engines of great creation or unimaginable destruction. The latter definitely proved true of the Shinobi. All Naruto fans first associated the Rinnegan with Nagato, utilizing the Six Paths technique. He was able to resurrect his fallen friends and use their bodies as vessels for the Six Paths of Pain, each with a different ability. Others have had the ability to create shadow versions of themselves in limbo, like Madara Uchiha, teleport at will, like Sasuke Uchiha, and absorb ninjutsu to duplicate an amplified form like Momoshiki. The Rinnegan truly is like having the eyes and abilities of a god, for those lucky enough to wield it. Jinchuriki. As far as special abilities in Naruto go, having a tailed beast sealed within you is as much of a curse as it is a gift. At its most basic, being a Jinchuriki gives you access to the tailed beast chakra in times of great danger or stress. For those that endeavor to master the demon within, it grants access to powers and abilities unattainable to anyone else. Each Jinchuriki has different abilities depending on the specific tailed beast inside of them. For example, the 10-tailed Jinchuriki has access to the devastatingly powerful and infinitely versatile Truth-Seeking Balls, made of malleable black chakra. These are similar to the tailed beast balls or the ultimate attack of a tailed beast. These attacks can easily take down mountains or obliterate entire villages. In the world of Naruto, Jinchurikis are a weapon of mass destruction, who hold the fate of the entire world in their bodies for as long as they can. Rinne Sharingan. As far as powerful abilities go, none can quite compare to the Rinne Sharingan when used by Kaguya Otsutsuki. This combination of both the Rinnegan and the Sharingan gives Kaguya access to abilities that most would consider impossible. For example, a casual ability of Kaguya's was a Manaminika, or the ability to teleport herself or others to her own personal dimension. For the Rinne Sharingan, though, this is only a starter course. When things get serious, the whole of human existence is at stake. The true standout technique is the infinite Tsukuyomi. This allows the user to trap the entire population of Earth in one giant dream, so that their chakra can be drawn upon. We've seen many incredible things in Naruto, but so far none of them compares to hypnotizing the entire world at once. Kaguya's very nearly made the entire Shinobi world into her own personal version of the Matrix, with no Keanu Reeves to save them. As Boruto rolls along, our characters keep getting more powerful. I think we're about one jutsu away from them breaking reality itself.